In this video, we're going to discuss about Exarch and Endarch conditions of xylem. So, first, we know that xylem is divided into two categories on the basis of when it is formed. The first one is called protoxylem, and the second is called metaxylem. This protoxylem is a xylem that is formed in the first time. So it's the first formed xylem. This protoxylem always consists of smaller vessels. Smaller vessels. Metaxylem is a xylem that is formed later. So it is the later formed xylem. And this metaxylem always consists of larger vessels. Now we are going to discuss about Exarch and Endarch. So first, let's say this is the meristematic layer. From meristematic layer is the layer in which there are a lot of cells which rapidly divide. They have a large, they divide a lot. So that's what meristematic cells are. So this is the layer. We have the smaller vessel first. So this is the protoxylem. It's the first form xylem, and it consists of smaller vessels. That's why we have drawn it really smaller. Next, what happens is this smaller vessel is there. It did not change its position, but what happened is there is a larger vessel which is being formed, and it's formed below the protoxylem. And how is it formed? It is formed because of these cells which are in the meristematic layer. It consists of cells which divide. So that cells, they gave birth to the newer vessel. So this is another vessel which is formed. Next, if this continues, this protoxylem is going to be there. This larger vessel is going to be there. It's not going to change its position. And then there will be another very larger vessel formed. And this is known as metaxylem. So this process continued 3 times here. So in the first time there is protoxylem, and then one more bigger xylem which is formed, and then afterwards another bigger one is formed. So this is the metaxylem and this is the protoxylem. This condition is known as Exarch. Exarch xylem. Exarch condition. Exarch means protoxylem is towards the periphery and metaxylem is towards the pith. So metaxylem is near the pith and protoxylem is towards the periphery. This is what Exarch xylem is. Exarch means the protoxylem is towards the periphery. So X means outside. So outside, it's more on the outer side. Metaxylem is towards the pith or the center. So this is about the Exarch condition. Now let's come to Endarch. What happens in Endarch? Again, we have the meristematic layer. So there will be a protoxylem which is formed first formed xylem, that is protoxylem. It has smaller vessel again. Here we told that protoxylem consists of smaller vessels. So it has smaller vessel. Now what happens is here the protoxylem did not change its position. It is there only. It's near the periphery only throughout the journey. But newer vessels are being formed downwards. But here what happens is there will be, this one is going to change position to here, and then there will be a big larger vessel which is formed above that, not below that, as in case of Exarch. So it's going to be like this. So one more will be formed above that. So what happens, these meristematic cells are going to push the protoxylem downwards and they form another vessel which is larger in size as compared to the protoxylem. So this is what it looks like. So again, next time what happens, this is going to be here. Why is it going to change its position downwards? Because these meristematic cells are pushing the protoxylem downwards towards the pith. So and then what happens, this is going to change its position and become like this, and then there will be another bigger, so it's going to be like this and like this. This is this one and this is this one, and then there will be another bigger vessel which is formed, and this is known as metaxylem if this journey continues for 3 times. So metaxylem, this condition, this particular condition is known as Endarch xylem. Endarch xylem. Endarch xylem is where metaxylem is towards the periphery, and the protoxylem is towards the pith. So endarch, end means inside, so protoxylem is towards the inner side. So this is about the exarch conditions and the endarch conditions. Exarch condition is mostly seen in roots. So it's a common characteristic of roots, or we can write it's seen in roots. It is most seen in roots. Whereas exarch xylem, this condition, sorry, endarch, this one is seen in stem and leaves. So this exarch condition is seen in roots and endarch xylem is seen in stem. So this is all about the topics, that is endarch and exarch. So xylem is divided into 2 categories, protoxylem and metaxylem. Protoxylem is the first form xylem which consists of smaller vessels. Metaxylem is later form xylem and it consists of larger vessels. Fine. So exarch xylem, here the metaxylem is towards the pith and protoxylem is towards the periphery, because newer vessels are being formed in the downward direction. So this meristematic layer is not pushing it's not pushing this protoxylem vessel downwards as in case of here. So here what's happening, the meristematic layer is pushing these protoxylem vessels, the smaller vessels, downwards and forming new vessels which are larger in size. So that is what happens in endarch condition. Here the metaxylem is towards the periphery and the protoxylem is towards the pith. So again we can label it, this is the protoxylem now. So this will be metaxylem and this will be protoxylem. So protoxylem is towards the pith and metaxylem is towards the periphery. Here metaxylem is towards the pith and protoxylem is towards the periphery. So exarch xylem is seen in roots and endarch xylem is seen in stem. So this is all about the topic of endarch and exarch xylem.